There is one clear factor to setting up a YouTube channel that will almost guarantee you will never run out of ideas and keep making videos for the long run. In this video, we'll talk about how to find your YouTube niche, refine it, what types of videos to make, how often to post, and what steps to take to grow and keep growing your channel. Hey guys, I'm Raphael and welcome to the channel where our goal is to always fix it in camera and then finesse it in post. And I always appreciate the early thumbs up because I love talking about cameras, tech, and post-production. And that right there is the key to my channel growth. This channel is literally on a topic that I'm so enthusiastic and passionate about that I will not shut up about it. These are topics I discuss with my friends every chance I get. I can talk about it every day. I love this topic. This allows me to be me. And that's the best place to start. Find something that you will not shut up about with your family and friends. The thing that you are most passionate about. By definition, passion is a strong and barely controllable emotion. At its core, it is the thing that you will put in extra effort and push through being uncomfortable for. Passion will allow you to be the best you. And it's easy to be you. You are you today, and you will be you 10 years from now. This will help build confidence in making videos the quickest because you'll be more interested in the topic than the process of making the video. And it will make it easier to keep making videos over and over again. Because YouTube is a long game. You don't plan to make one video, you set out on an adventure to create hundreds of videos. My question for you, what is the topic that you can't stop researching and talking about? What topic fascinates you so much that you want to learn more about it in your own free time? This is a big hint on what your channel should be focused on. Let me be clear here, your YouTube channel does not have to be your expertise or your profession. If your expertise also happens to be your passion, then that's a great fit. But don't make the mistake that I've seen so often where people start based on their profession and very quickly realize it's not that enjoyable for them. If you don't love what you do for work, you're gonna have a hard time making videos about that subject. Starting a YouTube channel is planning for 2 years worth of videos. One great video idea is not a YouTube channel. Hundreds of good video ideas about a subject you can't get enough about makes a great YouTube channel. For example, when I asked my friends those same questions, they told me the topics that I talk about the most were filmmaking, stocks, Apple, and Tesla. Then I took those broad topics and started writing down video ideas for each one. And the one that had the most video ideas is the one I decided to go with. It's the one that I felt I still wanted to learn about and share everything that I knew. And because I knew I wanted to know more about it, people like-minded to me would also be interested in these topics. And obviously we all have different interests, but knowing the core topic or theme of your channel will help guide your video topics week in and week out. And that's how you build a niche themed channel you will love creating for. So now that you know where to find your channel topic, how do you grow that channel? After a year of making consistent videos, here are my thoughts on the best practices, how I feel YouTube works, or at least is working for me. Even though YouTube engineers say that their system looks at over 8 million metrics to determine how to promote your video, it really wants to know only 2 things. Are you able to bring a viewer to YouTube? And are you able to keep them there watching more? That's really it. If you can achieve those 2 things, YouTube will promote your content more. Because it means you can bring viewers that they can put more ads in front of. Simplified, it means that YouTube noticed someone clicked on your thumbnail or title, they watched enough of your video to click on another video, yours or someone else's. This makes YouTube want to promote your video and channel more. And let's get this out of the way right now. The YouTube algorithm will seem like it hates you at the beginning. Starting out, you will rarely, if ever, get recommended for people to watch. And this is actually a great thing early on. It does a few things for you. It lets you get familiar with the YouTube process. It lets you practice making videos, and unless you are already an on-camera personality, you'll be happy for this practice. It allows you to play and refine your topic, to see which videos you like making and finding your voice and learning who you are on camera. Here's how to get the algorithm on your side. The more videos you can make that are directly related to your niche will train YouTube who to put those videos in front of. So if your video sways too far from your core channel theme, YouTube will essentially need to learn it again. And that can potentially send your impressions down to a trickle. Ultimately, YouTube doesn't care what your topic is, what your production value is, how long your video is, how many videos you post, or when you post them. It responds better to videos of similar topics. Early on for posting consistently, I recommend posting your videos as soon as you're done with them, at least one a week. But this is more of a guide, not a rule. Don't put that pressure on yourself early on during this period of learning and growth. Early on, just get the video out there when you finish them. See how people respond, read the comments, and work on making the next video just a little bit better. YouTube is a long game. Expect to do this for about 10 to 30 videos. Again, this is a good thing for YouTube. Early on, you will obsess about every single video that you post. But after a few videos, you'll notice that you only really think about the last video that you posted, not any previous ones. So even if you post a video that you're not 100% satisfied with, it won't matter 2 videos later. So post, review, and move on. If you're a new channel, this is where you need to hustle and work a little bit smarter. How do you get someone to watch your video? There are 2 ways that I found. Finding things within your topic that people are searching for. For example, if you do a tech channel just like mine and you just bought a new piece of gear, make a review video. A video about your honest thoughts using it, the pros and the cons. There's always a large amount of people that are searching for that type of content, and YouTube likes newer videos on the subject. If you're a part of forums or groups that talk about your topic, engage and share your thoughts there. Answer questions and ask questions about the topic, and make a video about the discussion that was going on there, or a video that answers a question. Even if there was an answer in the discussion, make the video. Chances are others will have the same question and they will search for it. And don't be shy about making multiple videos about one extended thought. For example, on this channel, I have more than a few videos that are about the Canon EOS R. All different, but about the same piece of gear. Just different perspectives, different features, and different thoughts. And if you ever had the thought like I did, well, someone else already made that video. Think of it this way, if it's not on your channel, then it doesn't exist. Another type of video you can make is something straight up about your topic. Something that you find so fascinating that you want to share with others. This is your chance to get others that are also interested in the topic to share in your excitement. The goal is for people that have similar interests as you to find your video and engage in that topic. Because once they do, they will ask you questions about it, they will comment, and they will add to the conversation. But how do you get those with similar interests to click on your video? This is why thumbnails and titles are really important. It's the advertisement for your video. It has to be something that you would be interested in and you would click on. And the key to a good thumbnail is to convey one clear story or message very clearly and quickly. You have about 1 second to grab someone's attention. Few words or no words if the message is very clear. So make sure the thumbnail clearly shows what the video is about in the most interesting way. There is an art to thumbnails that I won't get into in this video because the topic is actually really huge and heavily deep dives into human psychology, human tendencies, and neuroscience. Think of it this way, when you look at your thumbnail, does it instantly tell you what the video is about? And at the same time asks a question in the viewer's mind what they want answered. Show your friends and family and ask them, what does this thumbnail communicate? Then ask someone that is familiar with the topic and see if they can understand what the thumbnail is communicating. Take time to think of the thumbnail and the title. It's the first impression any viewer has to your video. You will have to learn how to sell your video. For the length of your videos, make them as long as they need to be. Don't repeat yourself and trim out anything that isn't directly relevant to what you're talking about. Editing your videos is something you will get better at with every new video. Be prepared, your first 10 to 20 videos will get really low views at the very beginning. Super low, like I'm talking 0 to 10 views. But it's a slow build. With every upload, the views will grow over the long run. And that is why it's important to make videos about a topic that you love. And if you're not comfortable at first making videos, that actually passes very quickly. Be patient and you'll get past it. And because it'll be a topic that you're passionate about, you'll naturally come across as passionate about it. It's the way your audience builds over years. So you better love it. Once you do have a few people watching and commenting or asking questions, engage with every commenter. Answer the question, respond to the comment. Learn the names of the people that show up to your videos. Let them know you see them and thank them for spending their time with you. These are the people that will cheer you on and motivate you to keep making videos. Take the time to thoroughly answer questions because people will have them about your topic. And it's also an opportunity to use those answers for video ideas in the future. And thank your audience every chance you get. Seriously, thank you for making this process so much fun. And since you're here, if you haven't, subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. But don't just take my word for all of this. Here's some advice from someone that has been doing it and living the advice.
Thanks, Raphael. My name is Tom Buck, and I have a YouTube channel that I've been working on since the summer of 2017. It's all about leveling up your audio and video, and that sounds like a sales pitch, and it kind of is. But in that time, I've learned a lot about not just having a YouTube channel, but keeping it sustainable, keeping it something that you can do consistently as a part of your life. So the first one I'd like to share is that authenticity really is key. People can sniff out inauthentic material on YouTube like you wouldn't believe it. And so I think that's a good thing, because it means that you really need to lean into you and the stuff that makes you on YouTube, right? I mean, that makes sense. It's not TV. You want to have high quality, high production value, all that stuff, of course, but it's not a TV show. People aren't looking for TV level production. They're looking for a real connection with another person who shares an interest that they have or can teach them how to do something they need to know how to do. And just being your authentic self is the way to do that. And you don't have to be perfect. If you make mistakes from time to time, if you don't have the perfect setup or the most expensive gear, or you've got an accent that you feel self-conscious of or something about your appearance, let all that stuff go, because that's what makes you you and gives you a unique perspective on camera. Your authenticity really keeps your integrity and helps build your respect and your trust with your audience, which is very important, because number 2 on my list is community. Not just building a community, not just understanding a community, not just being a part of a community, but knowing that on YouTube, your community really is the foundation of what's gonna help you grow and sustain. And so take the time as much as you can to actually interact and engage. Don't just leave a little heart icon on somebody's comment, but if you can, actually respond in a meaningful way to their comments. Use the community tab, use other social media platforms that you genuinely like and enjoy to interact with people, because that's the magic of the friggin' internet, is that you can be on other sides of the world from people and still connect in really meaningful ways. And the more that you can do that, and the more that you can show your audience that this is a two-way street as much as possible, I think that's the thing that's gonna help you grow and help people get excited about being a part of your community, and that's just gonna push you forward all the better, all the more. And my third tip to not just growing a channel, but keeping it sustainable, is to really actively and consciously work to remember the why behind the what. Why are you doing what you're doing? It sounds like I'm yelling at a child, but it's easy to get in sort of a creative rut. And even if you're happy with what you're making and you feel like your workflow is good, you can kind of just sort of get into the routine of it. And I think that it's so important, especially with something like YouTube and digital media, to remember how exciting these tools are and how incredible it is that they let everybody in the world have a voice and how accessible everything is. At some point, there was something inside you that was a spark of why you wanted to start making something and why you wanted to put it out there and what you were excited about. And it's really important, as much as humanly possible, to remember that, hang on to that, and revisit it as often as you can, so that way that excitement, that enthusiasm can be projected into the work that you create and then shared with your community in a really authentic way. And that's, again, it's not just about growing a channel and seeing your numbers going up, but it's remembering that each of those numbers is a person, and you're building something that's not about creating 3 or 4 videos, it's about creating, 300 or 400 videos and beyond. So what can you do to make that sustainable? These are my best tips that I can share about keeping your YouTube channel sustainable and helping it to grow as much as possible.
Thank you, the great and wonderful Tom Buck. If you're not subscribed to him, you should be. Go check out his channel after this video. I started following Tom when he was around 10,000 subscribers, and that was about a year ago. And he just blew past 50,000 subs by talking about one of his passions. And it comes across that he genuinely loves what he's talking about. You can feel it. And in a recent video, another YouTuber, David Manning, made some great points about YouTube numbers that I fully agree with. There's only one number that matters within your first 2 years. It's not the number of views. You can't control that. It's not the number of subscribers. You can't control that. It's not the number of any of the analytics, because you can't control those. All these are outputs of what you input. On YouTube, the only certainty is the amount of videos that you contribute to YouTube. That is 100% up to you. It's the only number that matters early on. It's the key to growth, and your channel growth. Contribution leads to connections, leads to significance, leads to growth. And that's when all the other numbers will rise. Commit to making one video, then another, then another. Set a goal that you are comfortable with. For me, it was 50 in my first year. This year, it's 75. It's the only number I have control over. The greater the input, the greater the output. But remember this, the day you plant the seed is not the day you will eat the fruit. Be patient and stay the course. So, to recap the entire thing, find a subject that you can't shut up about, a passion that allows you to be you. Write down as many video ideas as you can in one sitting, then add to it as you go. Make searchable videos on the topic, answering questions, how-tos, or your favorite aspects about it. Engage with your viewers and commenters, good and bad. Commit to the long run. And don't worry about the numbers at the start. Accept how many videos that you upload. Don't do it for the money, do it for the fun. Build, 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 and repeat. And here's the beautiful thing about all of this. If you make 10 videos and you find the topic isn't all that interesting to you, pivot, change the topic. It's so easy to shift gears when you're a new channel. Try different things out, experiment. It's your channel, make it what you want, and people that have the same interest will find you. This isn't my first YouTube channel. I restarted and I wanted to focus on something else. The big lesson in all of this, don't hesitate, start today, plan for at least 2 years with a focus. So these are the first 2 steps to building a YouTube channel. There is a whole approach, how to structure your video, how to set up your hook and your intro, how to shoot your video for the best audio and footage, how to use B-roll and music, and how to edit it all to keep people engaged during the video. If you want to know more about making YouTube videos, check out this playlist to learn more about the process. It'll give you a good idea what to expect making your first few videos. If you want to know more about live streaming and podcasting and all that goes into it, make sure you check out Tom Buck's channel. He truly is one of the best to learn from. As always, thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm Raphael. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.